Welcome all to Selective Preparation Power Thinking Skills Test 5. In this video, we are going to go through some selected questions from this test paper. Hopefully they will dispel some of your queries or concerns from this paper. Let's start. First question is a dialogue reasoning question. So Anna says, I've asked you to not do that in the past. And Mick replies, and I keep forgetting. How funny is that? Which of the following best describes how Anna would feel? Now, Anna is being very sincere and honest by asking Mick and reminding him of something that she didn't like him doing in the past. But Mick replies in a very sarcastic manner, and I keep forgetting. So he's replying in a way where he's not really respecting the sadness that Anna might feel or the frustration that Anna might feel. And also replying in a very sarcastic manner, calling it funny. So in this case, Anna probably will feel very misunderstood. Okay, so not understood by Mick. And also she is going to be frustrated because she has asked him not to do it again. Okay, so the repetition will make her frustrated. So that's why B is the answer. The solutions here will describe again why A, C, and D are not the answers and why B is the answer. So give that a read if you are still confused. Question 2 is a working with proportions question. We have Mrs. Barnes and she has 126 tubes of paint in total. The best way to work with proportions is to use a diagram. We have 5 times as many blue tubes as yellow tubes. So if all of these squares are equal, then we have 5 times as many squares for blue and yellow. She then removes some blue paint tubes and provides it to another art teacher, and there's an equal amount after that. So before we get to that stage, let's see how many tubes are in each of these boxes. If we count the boxes up, there are 6 of them. 6 boxes will give you a total of 126 tubes. So one box would be divided by 2, 21 tubes. So that means each of these boxes have 21 tubes of paint within them. Now we know that after we remove some blue tubes, there's going to be an equal amount of blue to yellow. We're not adding any yellow, so the yellow is going to stay as 21. So we just want one lot of these 21 containing boxes, which means that 4 of them are going to have to go to another art teacher. So how many are removed? When we look at the green bit, it's 21 times 4, which is 84, or option A. Number 3, identify a flaw in the argument. The argument states, if you earn a lot of money, then you should give all your money to other people. Don't be selfish. Other people could use that money, especially people who don't make that much money. Which of the following statements reveal a flaw in the statement above? So it's concerning the fact that we have to give all of our money to other people. Okay, so the answer here is B. Many people may be lazy and not work if you give them money. So other people could use that money, links to the other people bit, and especially people who don't make that much money, that might come from laziness rather than any other circumstances. Please have a read of the solutions as to why A, C, and D are not correct. Number 4 says, to be a good storyteller, one must use extensive hand gestures and maintain enough eye contact with the audience. Now remember here it says to become a good storyteller, which suggests that without these things, you will not be a good storyteller, i.e. you will be a bad storyteller. Okay, so if you don't use extensive hand gestures or you don't make enough eye contact, then you won't be a good storyteller. Okay, we can say that. Now Jason says, I am a terrific storyteller since I always make sure to use hand gestures when speaking and I make eye contact just enough to engage the audience. Now, even though he has those 2 conditions down, that doesn't mean that it's only those 2 conditions and then they will make a good storyteller, okay? And it also doesn't say anything about a terrific storyteller. So Jason is out. Now Leah says, Jason is a terrible storyteller because although he makes use of hand gestures, he uses too much eye contact which is distracted and has creeped out the audience in the past. Now this too much eye contact directly links with the fact that one of the key characteristics of a good storyteller is maintaining just enough eye contact. So because of that contrast, we can say that Jason is definitely not a good storyteller. In fact, he is a bad storyteller. So that's why Leah is correct, and the answer is A. So again, have a read through the solutions by pausing the video now. Right, so this next question, we know that there is a 25% off sale here, and with the discount, Hazel bought the outdoor chair for $250 less than the original price. This phrase just means that $280 was the discount, right? $280 was the discount, which was 25% of the original price. Our final goal is to find the total paid in for both the two items. If there is a 25% discount, that is the same as saying 75% paid, right? Because the 25% is minused off. So in each of these two examples, we can just find 75%, and that would be the amount paid. Okay? How do I get from 25 to 75? You times by 3. 1/4 to 3/4 times by 3 for both. 280 times by 3. 0 3s are 0. 8 3s are 24. Carry the 2. 3 2s are 6 plus 2 is 8. 840. Do the exact same thing with the treehouse. 139 is the same as 25%. So 75% we want to times by 3. 139 times by 3. 9 3s are 27. Carry the 2. 3 3s are 9 plus 2 is 11. 3 1s are 3 plus 1 is 4. 417 is the price we paid. So we're going to add the 2 up. 840 plus 417, 7512. 1257 or option D. Number 6. I live in a house in a pixelated world. The floor of my bedroom has an area of 5 meters cubed. Sorry, I should say squared. 5 meters squared. And the height of my bedroom is 4 meters. So what they're saying is this bottom surface here is 5 meters squared and the height is 4 meters. So to find the volume, we're going to do the bottom area and then slinky it up by 4. 5 times 4. I might say, Miss, volume usually has 3 sides. So how come this one only has 2 numbers? Well, the 5 already is counted for this bottom when you times the length and the width. Okay, it makes up the 5. So just times the 2 numbers, you get 2 cubic meters. Now each of the blocks has 2 over 5 cubic meters volume, i.e. 0.4 cubic meter volume. How many blocks can I fit? Well, we're just going to divide by 2 over 5, okay? Remember, if the volume was 2, you would divide it by 2. If the volume was 3, you would divide it by 3, and so on. There's no difference here. Divided by 2 over 5. Now you might know that when you do division by a fraction, you flip it and you can times it. It will give you the same answer. Okay, we call that the reciprocal. From here, we can actually cross cancel top and bottom. 2 and 20. 2 goes into both, so you get 1 and 10. You cannot cancel 10 and 5, as tempting as it is. Okay, so multiply across, and you get 15 over 1, or 50 over 1, or 50 blocks, which is option C. Okay, so which best concludes the statement above? If you have a read of this stanza or paragraph, we are talking about phenotypes, okay, which is a observable characteristic that is quite commonly based on environmental condition. All giraffes have a unique spot pattern, okay. Different species and subspecies of giraffes have different styles and patterns, largely dependent on the location which are found. The main idea is the next bit here. The variance in pattern is due to the camouflage from the respective predators in varying environmental circumstances. So the predators bit suggests that we are trying to survive, okay? And they are different because they are dependent on the location. So the different predators in different locations would have to be avoided, and you can do that by camouflaging, which is a defense technique. So the best answer is C. The varying patterns for different species of giraffes help them to survive in different areas of the world. So if you look at the bits we've highlighted and circled and underlined, it is perfectly summed up by C. Okay? A, D, and B are all wrong. Have a read here as to why. Next one, instead of dividing by 6, Fred multiplies 6 and finish with the answer of 684. Something multiplied by 6 gave 684. We want to go back to that something, the box, and then divide it by 6 now, okay? But before that, we can get here. Something times 6 is 684, so it must be smaller than 684. We want to divide by 6. Goes in once, we drop, we get 2, drop the 4, 24, goes in 4 times. So you see that the number is 114. Now we're going to take it the extra step and divide it by 6. Goes in once, you get 6, you get 5. Drop the 4, 54 goes in 9 times. 0 remainder. So actually there are 19 is the answer. Okay, that would have been the answer if he divided by 6 instead of multiplying by 6. And the last question of today. So we have a bridge. The total area of the bridge is 200 meters, right? 200 meters squared. Now there are 9 planks on the bridge. Each plank has 15 meter cubed area. So these should all say squared. Okay, area of 15 square meters, and each gap has an area of 13 square meters. How many gaps are there? Well, the total thing is 200. Remember, the whole thing is 200 meters squared. And we have 15 planks, right? 9 planks. And each of the planks are 15 meters squared. So I'm going to times actually. 5 nines are 45. 9 ones are 9 plus 4 is 135 square meters. This is the total area taken by planks. So whatever is left must be the gaps. So we're going to find how much is left. We minus 135 from 200. 1, drop the 9, drop the 10. 10 minus 5 is 5. 9 minus 3 is 6. So 65 square meters must be the gap. Now we can minus it, okay? We can we can divide by 13. Why 13? Because each of the gaps are 13 square meters. So divide by 13 to find how many gaps there are, and you get 5 gaps as your answer. Option B. Okay, some key points from this test. Let's flip back and just have a look. Okay, so for discount questions, okay, try and work in proportions, by fractions or percentages, okay, instead of finding the discount and minusing, okay, try and find what is left over in proportion first. This is faster, okay? So like I said, instead of doing 100 minus 25, you can just do 75% straight away. Okay, so that is it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed that video, and I will see you next week. Take care.